Hey YouTube, Winster here. So I've always been a big fan of the Jojo series, Araki the Goat, and coincidentally, I also like music, English music from the 20th century. So I thought, with the combination of two, why not I make some Jojo reference tier list, Jojo stands reference tier list based on their musical reference. That is. So the rules of this tier list will be simple. So they are based on one, the literal reference. So we'll give some good examples later, but maybe we can go check out number one. This is Actung Baby. So we have the word baby in its name, although I believe Actung Baby, the band, the German band, have really nothing much to do with, you know, invisibility. So it's not really connected to the skill. So at most, I can give between an acceptable and self-explanatory for this. Okay, wait. I should go back to the rules first. So yes, rule number one, they are based on literal reference. Rule number two, they are based on musical ties, or otherwise the band genre. Depending on the stand name, is it a musical reference or is it a band reference? Yes. And the third one is if there's any miscellaneous things I'd like to talk about, the stand user, the stand user's nature, the goal, his goals, things like that, and maybe I can further extrapolate on things. And yeah, that's about it. I guess number four, it is this is not a power scaling tier list. This is not a how useful or how strong, how great in daily use this stand is. But yeah, that's about it. And let's continue on with the tier list for JoJo Part 4. Diamond is Unbreakable. We are skipping Part 3 for kind of obvious reasons because they are not musical tier lists for most parts. They are either tarot cards or Egyptian gods. I guess there is Pet Shop, but that is a rare exception. But anyways, let's get on with the video. So I put Actang Baby between self-explanatory, acceptable. I put acceptable for now. Okay. So okay, Aqua Necklace. Who can stop the rain? So I mean, it is kind of aqua colored. The stand. The stand user is also he can transform to any form of liquid. So again, there's not much really to talk about. uh, I don't think it's gonna be like God level, that kind of reference. But I'll give it self-explanatory. So yeah, it's the little meaning is can kind of be there. It's an aqua. Nothing to do with necklace. So I might have to drop it here. We will see about that. Okay, Atom Heart. So basically, Atom Heart Mother, but this is Atom Heart Father. The Atom Heart Mother is the original song name. I kind of forgot the band, but yeah, spirit photography, things like that. I don't think it have any connection. So, but it is a granddad over there, so I can give it a stretch at most. Okay, we have probably our first God Araki tier list. God Araki tier, Bad Company, Bad Company, by Bad Company. But yeah, it is toy soldiers, a toy army gonna ruin your day. They're gonna give you bad company. So yeah, I think it's a perfect fit over there. Okay, next, boys to men. So what it do it sucks the life of the user's competitor. Like let's say they're playing rock paper scissors, and yeah, the more it sucks, the more power it gets from the competitor, his target, I guess. I don't know. I wouldn't really see much of how this would be literally turning a boy to man. So I this is probably the first I wouldn't guess here. Okay, cheap trick. This doesn't really have a stand user. It's like a parasitic stand, if that's what they call it. So it hangs on people's back, and as long as the current user's back is being observed by other people, it will kill the current user and jump into other people. Hmm. Um. It is a uh. It is a kind of a cheap way to just die, And yeah, I guess there was a cheap trick to counter his stand, but I'm kind of making things a stretch here, so I'll kind of put it as a stretch for now. I would say Cheap Trick, the band, they are amazing. I love their songs, The Flames, and all that. Okay, next up, Cinderella. So, have you ever played those RPG, those MMORPG where you can custom select your character, their face, their skin tone, their eyes, their nose, things like that? Yeah, that's basically Cinderella. Um, and yeah, I guess in the originals, I don't know much about the band, but at least the origin story of Cinderella, how the shoe fits and all that. She's looking for the perfect, and then there's the prince look on the man looking for the perfect, for who's having the perfect fit for the shoes, things like that. So I can give it a acceptable right there. Okay, Crazy Diamond. Shine on You, Crazy Diamond by Pink Floyd. So it is a crazy diamond. It hits crazy, but it also punch very hard like a diamond. Although the regeneration side of things, I wouldn't really guess like he can regenerate. If you ask me, this is Crazy Diamond. So I'll give it at most a self-explanatory. Maybe it's like a high acceptable. I'll put it there first. But yeah, it is a Crazy Diamond if you think about it. All right. Earth, Wind, and Fire. Do you remember? Okay. Let's not sing the song. Okay, so he can shapeshift to any small objects generally. So earth, wind, and fire. You know what? It's flexible like the elements. So it's actually, I wouldn't have guessed he is a stand, but based on the power alone, earth, wind, and fire of how nature is flexible and flows with the things. Uh, can shapeshift into anything. So I can give it a self-explanatory and perfect cast between these. Yeah, I put it self-explanatory for now. So yeah. Although again, if you give me the face, I wouldn't really guess. You have to kind of know the stand power. Okay, echoes. So yeah, this is it's God Rocky. I have to say, it is literally a sound-based stand with sound-based powers, and echoes is also a sound. It's all about vibrations and music and things like that. So yeah, it's another God Rocky moment right there. Okay, this is I believe it's Enigma. Yes, this is Enigma. Okay, so he traps people by giving them fear and then trap them in papers, weird papers. I wouldn't really guessed it, so yeah, I would have actually put it at the bottom there. Okay, harvest. I mean, it really harvests. That's what it does. It harvests a lot of small things around town. So it's the perfect cast. There's no other way around it. Okay. All right. Knocking on heaven's door. This is a bit of a tricky one. Okay. I guess if you ever knock on heaven's door, on heaven's gate, like I don't know what you call, but the angel or the man that stands next to the gate that judges you if you're worthy to go to heaven or not. He will literally read you like a book. So I guess that's there. The reference is there. So I'll give it a perfect cast. I think it's the perfect. It's perfect. Okay, Hermit Purple. This is not a music band name. It's tarot card. So I guess I can guess from the power alone, it's a hermit-ish kind of power to swing around, right? Maybe not really. Um, I would put it at I would put it at the stretch for now. Okay, yeah. Okay, Highway Star. I'm a highway star. Okay, so Broke can run 60 miles an hour. Wait, this 60 miles? No, it's 60 kilometers per hour, which is still pretty fast. So yeah, he is a highway star. Although his nutrition sucking ability, I don't think it's related to him. But yeah, it is a highway star. He can go 60 miles an hour. 60 kilometers an hour. Why keep saying 60 miles? I'm not American. Jeez. So yeah, I'll give it acceptable. Yeah. Killer Queen. There's no way around it. It is a God of Rocky moment. It is a silent killer. Cause I think if you are a close observer of Jojo Part 4, every kill Killer Queen made, it's quite silent. There was no trace at all. Sure, there's probably the loud boom sound, but not a trace was left on all the bodies, except maybe if you want to leave the arm of the, woman victim. Yeah, there's that. But otherwise, it's quite the silent killer. It's the perfect Killer Queen. Okay, I couldn't see properly, but I'm assuming this is Love Love Deluxe. I've what is her name? Uh, the girl's name that like Koichi. But yeah, it's a hair controlling stand. I don't know if that hair manipulation stand have anything to do with love. I guess maybe with how pretty you look. But I guess a good hair would make a girl pretty. So make a girl beautiful. So I can give it acceptable. Yeah. Okay, Pearl Jam. Um, all right. I am not familiar with the band Pearl Jam either. Yeah, there's quite a few who still don't know, but Pearl Jam, it have healing properties. I assume I remember it's a rock band, but that's about it. I don't know much of their songs. The food it makes got healing properties, so it's kind of a stretch. Considering, like, if you look at the standard way and how creepy it looks, sure, it's a food, but yeah. Okay, rat, rat, rat. It's pretty much self-explanatory because it's literally a stand called rat controlled by two rats. So yeah, and what is the ability? It can shoot corrosive bullets that kind of melts you. So yeah, I guess there's some. It's between perfect cast and self-explanatory. But rat and rat, I'll give it a. It's a perfect self-explanatory. I'll give right there. Okay. Okay. Red Hot Chili Peppers. Californication. I remember that song. Yeah. And you know what? Lightning sometimes can taste like Red Hot Chili Peppers, right? I guess. But again, it's yellow. It's not a Red Hot Chili Pepper, so I can give it acceptable at most. Yeah, I have a lot of acceptable, but it is what it is. Again, another part three stand star platinum. It is as hard as platinum, just like how he is as hard as diamond. But you wouldn't really guess it's like, okay, he's a star of the show. So I give it a star platinum because it is a star of the show of part three. Okay, Stray Cat. So I think what's ironic is that this stray cat is a dead cat turned into a plant, and he can shoot very powerful very strong air bubbles. I mean, no one can really guess cat at first, and even its ability have nothing to do with cats. So I can give it at most a stretch because it does make cat sounds. It kind of hiss as a cat sometimes. Superfly. Ooh, this is an interesting one. Um, I mean, it's a super stand because it's just electric poles. Uh, but no, again, no one really guessed this is a super fly. So I gotta put it on the stand. I like the song. Um, but yeah, I wouldn't really guess. Surface. So it literally copies the target, everything surface level, like from their action, from their face, their whole body and things like that. So yeah, it's a surface level copying. So I'll give it self-explanatory for its power, things like that. Yeah. The hand. Talk to the hand. Okay. Again, the hand is based on the band, the band, and actually the band have maybe more music that is, not as rough, not as violent as what the hand does. Literally erasing space, I guess. So But he does use his hand, literally that hand, to whack stuff. So I guess since the focus is his hand, I'll give it self-explanatory. Yeah. Oh, I should be ranking these by just the musical references, not by what they're literally doing. But anyways, it should be fine. Okay, the lock. Uh, yeah, I guilt trip people, putting a heavy lock on their chest, their heart. So it is the perfect cast, I gotta say. Although the band is called The Rock, I believe. I've not really heard their music. It's a bit too old for me. But yeah, um, I guess that's it. I think the ranking is pretty much fair. I guess one thing I like to mention it is this tier list I've selected does not have Echo Part 2, Part 3. Does not have um um what's Killer Queen's other parts? Sheer Heart Attack and Bites the Dust. I wouldn't really put them at the top, but yeah, Sheer Heart Attack is pretty much quite perfect because if it chases you, it gives you Sheer Heart Attack. Echoes, I don't need to talk much. And Bites the Dust, it is, yeah, you literally bite the dust. If you ever try to find out about the enemy, uh, I would give Bites the Dust about the perfect cast over there. But yeah, that's it for the tier list. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. So yeah, before I click off this video, I should maybe also mention, like, I'll let you know I've not given up on my goals to work and cycle in Japan, but I believe that's still quite far off before I can ever attain that. But I'm doing things in the background, and aside from that, I guess that's it. See you next time.